Alright, welcome to part 2 of what I've bought with my money on Red Dead Online. Here are my ability cards. Let's start with the painted black ones, or the Deadeye. The only one that I haven't, of the Deadeye that I haven't ranked up all the way to 3 is Moment to Recuperate, because I don't really think it's a good card. I bought it for completionist reasons, but it doesn't, you know, why am I going to have my Deadeye active just to slowly regenerate health? And, yeah, it doesn't seem, you know, in the same amount of time I can eat something. If I have to not get hit, or take any damage, it'll cancel the Deadeye. So if I'm ducking behind something, it makes more sense to eat than to put my Deadeye on. It would be much better to use my Deadeye for something better, like Focus Fire. Really good for when you're in a posse. More of a wagon card. Uh, but it's a good, well-rounded card. I don't use it too often. The best card, the card everyone should get. It should be the first card everyone gets, because it's what Deadeye was in story mode. It's Deadeye. It's proper, real Deadeye. Next we have Slow and Steady, which is pretty good. And it's more one that you use stacked with other cards, depending on what you have. It's definitely better for PvP, I would assume. I don't really do PvP much, especially since it's super unbalanced in this game. But yeah, it's okay. You know, it's not the best, but it's also, you know, worth ranking up to 3. Quite an inspiration. Only useful if you're in the posse, but incredibly useful if you're in a posse. Just spam Deadeye when you're in there. Line it with one of your cards, makes your Deadeye drain slower. When your whole posse is in a gunfight, really helps out. This is the Griefer / anti-Griefer card. It's useful. I don't do it very often, but yeah, I prefer to use Painted Black against people using Slippery Bastard, because that still works, especially if you're got a long range or you're really close up. So let's move on to the other cards. We'll start with the combat abilities. Gunslinger's Choice. If you're gonna dual wield, and it's perfect. It's great. You don't have to aim, but I mean, obviously, if you're using free aim, you do have to aim. I don't know exactly how it works on your accuracy for that, but it does improve very well, especially if you are aiming. So I would assume it's something like that if you use free aim. I have personal reasons why I don't use free aim. Maybe I will make a video about it at some point, but right now, just doing the cards. Horseman, perfect. It turns you into a tank, as long as you put it with couple of the other horse cards, which I'll point out later, which are Friends for Life and Ride Like the Wind. You put those, and with a good Deadeye card, and you are a tank. You are a four-legged tank. Sharpshooter. It's a great card. Great card. Like, if you are using your sniper rifle and you got this card, you might as well hook it up with Horseman, sit on your horse, and bow, bow, bow. Very good. Necessity. It's so much better than Moment to Recuperate, but it's it's a card you need to find your good matches for, and it's got there's some good ones. Landon's Patience. It's, even though it shows a sidearm, I'd much rather pair it with a long arm, and pair it with a sharpshooter as well. So if you have that, you could one-shot body shots. You don't even need to go for headshots if you got those combined. Short game. Short game is one that you do not want to mix with sharpshooter. Because why would you be using a scope up front, and it takes away the damage? But what you would want to do is mix it with Gunslinger's Choice. Do Gunslinger's Choice in short game. Blah blah pow. You just run up at them. This is a griefer card, unless you're just really keen on strangling NPCs. It will kill your bounty target. It will kill an animal that you lasso with it, and ruin the pelt. So you only want to use it when you are planning on using it. Don't just have it on. The one plus side is it does give you more XP when you kill someone with it. Winning streak. Obviously, it's a good one. You pair it with lots and lots of other cards. Come back stronger. Not the best health card, but it's a decent one. Iron Lung. If you're planning on doing a lot of running while you're fighting, sure. Kick in the butt. Now that's one that you want to mix with Slippery Bastard. Because if you do take damage, Deadeye gets more added to it. So if they do happen to hit you, your Deadeye will regenerate. So that's pretty fucking good. Live for the fight. it's mm, it's an alright card. I don't really use it much. And if you're wondering, the ones that I have no ranks on, like Hangman and Moment to Recuperate, I have this information from friends that I play with on what their opinions of the cards are. Ride Like the Wind, I already mentioned when I was talking about Horsemen. Uh, Mixing the horse cards together is very good. And this is great for ones where you're uh, doing like deliveries, like delivering the mail for like Stranger missions. That if you don't want to fight, or sometimes you're not supposed to kill them to get the full XP because it's an honor-based mission. Just run away. Uh, and you would want to mix that with come back stronger in that situation. Peak condition. This is a on foot card. Eye for an eye. If you're sniping, you know, but otherwise it's more of a griefer card. You mix that with Sharpshooter and Slippery Bastard and Strange Medicine, and then you're like you're evil for using that, but Gift of Focus. This one is really good for anything that any build that you are stacking your Deadeye. So you use other things. So you move that with that. Eye for an eye, Gift of Focus, new Deadeye card, and yeah, any other thing that you could think of. Like Strange Medicine. It's a pretty good card. When you inflict damage, your health stays up. So it's more of a card for when you're doing some Berserker Leroy Jenkins just rushing in. Like if you're gonna like tackle someone with a knife and execute them while they're while the rest of the enemies are still around you shooting, it works great. Cold-blooded, also good for that type of situation. Fool Me Once. Again, it's one of those, cards for when you're doing a Leroy Jenkins type of thing, when you know you're gonna be getting damage, but you take advantage of the damage. Friends for Life. This is a great horse card, but you have to be mounted for it to work. So if you don't do combat on your horse very often, I wouldn't suggest getting it, or get it last. And remember to upgrade the cards. It's like $500 each time, unless you get one of the coupons. So it took quite a while and decent amount of cash to get this far, to get all of these cards, and that's why I have no quick desire to rank up those other two that I don't have ranked up. Strength in numbers. It's a great posse card. You do that with posse. What you do is you get, since they don't stack with other, uh, like if another member of your posse has a posse card, they don't double up, or the same posse cards don't double up. So what you'd want to do is get uh, everyone on the posse to do a different posse card into their uh, loadout. Hunker down. Very good for uh, like showdowns or what do they call the survivals in here? The survivals, called arms. Uh, any time where you can get in a standoff kind of combat situation, that's a good one. But you have to be able to take cover, so. Fight another day. That's on foot. Mix it with the other on foot cards. Maybe even mix it with Slippery Bastard. So if you do happen to be hit, you're not hit hard. Unblinking Eye. This is one of those Deadeye cards I was talking about that you it helps with the Deadeye. So, and for a non-combat thing, you can see it also helps with your Eagle Eye. So for hunting and collecting, you do that. You can, Eagle Eye for a long time. Take the Pain Away. That's another posse card. Great for when you're all just kind of doing the Leroy Jenkins run-in thing. And this would be another single purpose. That's a knife and tackle card. Never Without One is good in theory, but so many things take your hat off, and you're going to have to run around like Indiana Jones picking up your hat, and sometimes you might be too far away from your hat or your horse. So in some combat situations, you're basically wasting an ability card. So yeah, that is all of the ability cards. Each card up to 3 is worth about $1,000 ish, give or take. Obviously, I got some of these for free with the rewards and offers. This is my current loadout. I've been just kind of doing a lot of the rushing in with the dual action. And that's the thing, you gotta change your playing style each time you develop a loadout, so you really have to think about it. And thanks, that was part 2 of what I've spent my cash on in this game.